History is built on what we understand, but some artifacts refuse to be neatly placed within the pages of time. They emerge from tombs, deserts, and ocean depths, objects that should make sense but don't. A wooden bird buried in an Egyptian tomb, its shape eerily similar to a modern glider. A set of 12-sided Roman objects meticulously crafted, yet with no known purpose. Symbols etched into stone beneath a lake, possibly older than recorded history itself. Were these creations practical tools, sacred relics, or something beyond our imagination? Their makers left no clear explanations, only fragments of a puzzle that remains unsolved. As we uncover them, we're left with an unsettling question. How much of the past have we truly deciphered, and how much still lingers in the shadows waiting to be understood? Deep within the sprawling necropolis of Saqqara, among the tombs of nobles and high priests, a small wooden carving lay undisturbed for over 2,000 years. In 1898, French archaeologist Victor Loret uncovered the artifact in a burial chamber, tucked away among more traditional relics of ancient Egypt. At first glance, it appeared to be a simple representation of a bird, a common symbol in ancient Egyptian culture, but something about it was unusual. Unlike typical bird carvings, its wings were flat and straight, lacking any sign of feather details. Its tail, instead of fanning out like that of a real bird, stood upright like a modern vertical stabilizer. To some, it looked less like an avian effigy and more like an early attempt at aerodynamics. The artifact, carved from sycamore wood, measures about 14 centimeters in length and has a wingspan of 18 centimeters. Its shape bears an eerie resemblance to modern gliders, leading some to speculate that the ancient Egyptians may have understood principles of flight long before history gives them credit. Could this be evidence of early experimentation with aviation? Or was it simply a well-crafted toy, an offering to the gods, or a ceremonial symbol linked to the god Horus, often depicted as a falcon? Theories surrounding the Saqqara bird have sparked debate for decades. Some researchers claim that when properly balanced, replicas of the object can glide, hinting at a lost knowledge of aerodynamics. In the 1970s, physicist Khalil Messiha proposed that the bird was a scale model of an actual aircraft, suggesting that ancient Egyptians may have attempted to create flying machines. Others remain skeptical, pointing out the lack of historical records supporting this idea. Moreover, one crucial element is missing. If it was truly meant to glide, why does it lack any form of propulsion or control surfaces? An additional mystery lies in the peculiar absence of feet. Egyptian bird figurines, even those used as toys, typically include legs or perches. This omission raises questions. Was it designed to be thrown or launched? Could it have been a votive object, meant to symbolically take flight toward the afterlife? Despite modern testing, the true purpose of the Saqqara bird remains an enigma. Was it a mere plaything, a sacred emblem of the sky, or something far more advanced? The sands of Egypt have given up many secrets, but some, like this curious wooden artifact, continue to defy explanation. Scattered across the lands once ruled by the Roman Empire, small metal objects have surfaced, each identical in form yet shrouded in mystery. These 12-sided dodecahedra, dating between the 1st and 5th centuries CE, have been found from Britain to Hungary, always cast in bronze or copper alloy. Each features a hollow center, with circular holes of varying sizes cut into its pentagonal faces. But despite their widespread presence, no ancient text mentions them. No inscriptions, no records, no explanations. Why did the Romans create them, and what purpose did they serve? Unlike weapons, coins, or everyday tools, Roman dodecahedra have no clear function. Some have been discovered in military camps, others in private homes or burial sites, but none show signs of wear from frequent use. Their craftsmanship varies. Some are plain, while others feature elaborate detailing. If they were tools, why were they never standardized? If they were decorations, why do they appear across such a vast geographical area? Over the centuries, theories have flourished. Some believe they were measuring instruments, possibly used by farmers to determine the best time for planting crops based on the sun's position. Others suggest they were candle holders, with light passing through the holes to create unique patterns. The military connection has fueled speculation that they were tactical devices used for estimating distances on the battlefield. Then there's the idea that they were used in divination or religious rituals, perhaps as symbolic objects in ceremonies long forgotten. One particularly compelling theory proposes that they were knitting tools, possibly used for creating Roman gloves. Some dodecahedra have been found near fabric remains, and their differing hole sizes could indicate various stitch patterns. However, without written records, this remains speculation. The strangest aspect of the Dodecahedra mystery is the silence of the Romans themselves. The empire that meticulously documented everything from road construction to tax records left no mention of these objects. Were they too common to warrant discussion? Or were they deliberately kept secret, their purpose known only to a select few? Despite decades of research, the Roman dodecahedra remain unsolved. Were they scientific tools, ritual artifacts, or something beyond our understanding? Until an ancient manuscript finally reveals their true purpose, they remain one of Rome's most perplexing legacies, a riddle cast in bronze hidden in the depths of time. In the desolate expanse of California's Colorado desert, something ancient lingers beneath the scorching sun, huge, ghostly figures etched into the earth. They are too vast to be seen from the ground, their full shapes only revealed from the air. Human forms with outstretched arms, strange animal-like figures, and spirals cut deep into the desert floor. For centuries, they remained unnoticed, hidden in plain sight. Then in 1932, a passing pilot looked down and saw something impossible. Known as the Blythe Intaglios, these massive geoglyphs are estimated to be between 1,000 and 2,000 years old. Created by the Mojave or Quechan people, they were formed by carefully scraping away the dark desert surface to expose the lighter earth beneath. Some figures stretch over 50 meters, their sheer scale raising a troubling question. How did their creators design them so precisely without ever seeing them from above? Unlike other indigenous rock art, which can be viewed at eye level, these designs seem meant for a higher perspective. Their purpose remains an enigma. Some researchers believe they were sacred symbols, perhaps depicting deities or mythological beings. One particularly striking figure, a humanoid form with arms outstretched, is thought to represent Mastamho, the Mojave god who shaped the world. Others suggest they were used in ceremonial rituals, marking sacred ground for gatherings or spiritual observances. Some speculate they were territorial markers, claiming the land in a visual language lost to time. But then there are the more unsettling theories. Why create something so large that only the sky can fully perceive it? Were the intaglios meant as messages to gods, celestial markers aligned with the stars, or something else entirely? Some have even drawn parallels to the Nazca lines of Peru, another set of enormous geoglyphs whose meaning remains unknown. Both sets of figures were made using the same technique, removing the top layer of soil to reveal the lighter ground below. Could these cultures, separated by thousands of miles, have shared a similar purpose for their creations? Modern preservation efforts have helped protect the intaglios, but their mystery remains intact. No written records exist to explain them, and their creators left behind no clues. Though the desert winds erode their edges, the Blythe intaglios endure, their silent figures staring up at the heavens. We may never know what their makers intended, but one thing is certain: they were meant to be seen. Deep in the forests of New Zealand's central North Island, an ancient structure lies hidden beneath layers of earth and vegetation. At first glance, it appears to be a man-made wall, massive stone blocks stacked in an orderly, almost geometric fashion. But if this was built by human hands, who were the builders? And why is there no record of such a civilization in New Zealand's known history? The structure, commonly referred to as the Kaimanawa Wall, came to public attention in the 1990s, when researchers and explorers stumbled upon what seemed to be a series of uniform stone blocks fitted together with unnatural precision. Some stones measure over 2 meters wide, their faces eerily smooth, with straight-cut edges that resemble the masonry of ancient civilizations. Unlike the rough, irregular formations typically found in natural rock outcroppings, these blocks seem carefully arranged, leading some to believe they are the remnants of a lost prehistoric culture, predating the arrival of the Maori. But mainstream geologists tell a different story. According to their analysis, the formation is not a wall at all, but an example of ignimbrite, a type of volcanic rock that fractures in straight column-like patterns over time. They argue that the apparent blocks are merely natural formations caused by cooling and weathering over thousands of years. If this is true, then the wall is nothing more than an illusion, an ordinary rock face shaped by geological forces. Yet, the debate refuses to die. Those who support the artificial origin theory point to the striking symmetry of the blocks and their alignment, which appears too precise to be random. Some claim that local Maori traditions speak of an earlier, now forgotten people who inhabited New Zealand before them. Could the Kaimanawa wall be a relic of an ancient civilization that history has erased? Or is it merely an unusual quirk of nature, one that tricks the eye into seeing human craftsmanship where none exists? Despite investigations, the mystery of the Kaimanawa wall remains unresolved. For now it stands as an enigma, a silent challenge to what we think we know about New Zealand's past. If the stones could speak, would they tell the tale of an ancient lost people, or simply the slow, unyielding hand of time shaping the land? In the heart of Kerala, India, the Padmanabhaswamy temple stands as a monument to devotion, its towering gopurams and intricate carvings bearing witness to centuries of worship. Yet beneath its sanctified halls lies something far more enigmatic: sealed vaults filled with unimaginable riches, protected by layers of secrecy, legend, and fear. Most of these hidden chambers have been opened, revealing treasures beyond belief, but one remains untouched. Vault B, the most mysterious of them all, has never been unsealed, and perhaps it never should be. The temple, dedicated to Lord Vishnu, is one of the wealthiest religious sites in the world. In 2011, when the Indian Supreme Court ordered an inventory of its underground chambers, a discovery stunned historians and archaeologists alike. Over $22 billion worth of gold, diamonds, emeralds, and intricate jewelry hidden away for centuries. 6 underground vaults were catalogued, their contents a testament to the temple's long-standing royal patronage. But Vault B was different. Unlike the others, it remained shut, its massive iron door adorned with a sculpted cobra, a silent warning to those who dared disturb its contents. Local tradition claims that the vault is sealed not just with locks, but with a Naga Bandham, an ancient esoteric spell meant to prevent its opening. According to legend, only a knowledgeable tantric priest, one well-versed in sacred rituals, can safely break this seal. Others believe that opening the vault could unleash a terrible curse upon those who attempt it. Some priests warn that the treasures inside are not mere gold and jewels, but something far more powerful, divine relics never meant for mortal eyes. Despite modern technology, attempts to uncover what lies behind Vault B's door have been met with resistance. The temple authorities and devotees strongly oppose disturbing it, citing both religious sanctity and the ominous warnings of old texts. Unlike the other vaults, which held astonishing wealth, Vault B remains an unsettling question mark. Is it simply another treasure trove, its contents waiting to be counted? Or does it hold something beyond human comprehension, something better left undisturbed? For now, the vault remains sealed, its secrets locked away in darkness. But as long as it remains closed, it will continue to fuel speculation. Is it merely a chamber filled with forgotten riches? Or is there truth to the warnings, an ancient power sleeping behind its iron door, waiting for the day when someone is foolish enough to break the seal? On a remote island in the Pacific, far from the civilizations that shaped history, an ancient script lies carved into weathered wooden tablets. Unlike the great writing systems of Mesopotamia or Egypt, this one holds no Rosetta Stone, no key to unlock its meaning. It is called Rongorongo, the lost script of Easter Island, a language no one alive can read. The mystery of Rongorongo deepens when one considers its origins. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is one of the most isolated places on Earth. When European explorers arrived in the 18th century, they found no written records among the islanders, only oral traditions. Yet by the time the first missionaries began collecting artifacts in the 19th century, they discovered wooden tablets covered in intricate glyphs, strange symbols arranged in flowing lines, as if carrying forgotten knowledge. Where did they come from, and more importantly, what do they say? The most baffling question is whether Rongorongo developed independently. Writing is an invention so rare that it emerged in only a handful of places throughout history: Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, and Mesoamerica. But Rapa Nui was thousands of miles from any known literate society. Did the islanders truly create their own script in complete isolation? Or did an outside influence, lost to time, introduce the idea of writing to this distant land? The glyphs themselves depict stylized figures, humans, animals, celestial symbols, arranged in a unique format called reverse boustrophodon. This means the lines must be read alternately from left to right, then flipped upside down for the next line. But beyond recognizing its structure, no one has deciphered its meaning. Some believe the script recorded genealogies or religious texts. Others suggest it was linked to the cult of the Birdman, a mysterious ritual central to Rapa Nui's history. Yet the greatest tragedy of Rongorongo is that it may have already been lost when it was discovered. When missionaries arrived, they discouraged indigenous traditions, and by then, no islanders remained who could read the script. The tablets that survived, now scattered in museums, may hold the only written history of the island's past. Did they tell of the great Moai statues, the collapse of the island's society, or perhaps even contact with unknown visitors from the outside world? We may never know. Time has silenced Rongorongo. Whether it holds mere administrative records or a final message from a fading civilization, its meaning is locked away forever. A forgotten voice, carved in wood, waiting for someone who can finally understand its words. Beneath the cold, murky waters of Lake Michigan, something ancient rests in the depths. In 2007, a team of archaeologists scanning the lakebed for shipwrecks made a startling discovery: an arrangement of massive stones lying 12 meters below the surface. But one stone stood out from the rest. Etched into its weathered surface was a carving, a crude yet unmistakable depiction of a mastodon. If authentic, this could mean the site is over 10,000 years old, dating back to an era when early humans hunted these now extinct creatures. The formation, often called America's Stonehenge, remains one of the most perplexing underwater finds in the region. Unlike random rock deposits, the stones appear deliberately placed, some standing upright, others forming a circular pattern. If this was constructed by human hands, then it predates most known civilizations in North America. But who built it and why? Some researchers speculate that the structure was once above water, created during a time when glaciers had not yet reshaped the landscape. If so, it could have been a ceremonial site, a gathering place for rituals lost to history. Others believe it may have served an astronomical purpose, much like Stonehenge, aligning with celestial events crucial to early societies. If early humans relied on the stars for navigation, hunting, or seasonal tracking, this site could have been an essential part of their survival. But not everyone is convinced. Some geologists argue that the stones are nothing more than the remnants of retreating glaciers, deposited randomly over thousands of years. Yet this explanation does not account for the mastodon carving, a detail that changes everything. If the etching is genuine, it suggests that ancient people not only occupied the area, but left behind a message, one that has endured beneath the waves for millennia. Could it be a record of the animals they hunted, a symbol of their spiritual beliefs, or something else entirely? The mystery is further compounded by the difficulty of studying the site. The lake's cold, sediment-filled waters make exploration challenging, and the structure has not been widely examined due to logistical and funding constraints. Some believe that further investigation could uncover artifacts or even ancient tools, providing evidence that a forgotten civilization once flourished here. Others warn that without immediate action, time and nature may erode what remains, leaving only speculation in its place. For now, the Lake Michigan Stone Circle remains hidden in the depths, shrouded in uncertainty. Is it a relic of an advanced prehistoric culture, a sacred site forgotten by time, or simply an illusion created by nature? Until further exploration uncovers more clues, it will remain a silent enigma, resting beneath the dark waters waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. The past is not always eager to reveal its secrets. Across the world, these 7 artifacts challenge what we know. Fragments of lost knowledge, relics that defy explanation, silent whispers of forgotten civilizations. Some, like the Saqqara bird and the Roman Dodecahedra, hint at technological understanding beyond their time. Others, like the Rongorongo script and the Lake Michigan Stone Circle, are the last echoes of cultures whose voices have long since faded. Were these objects practical tools, sacred relics, or something beyond our imagination? The Kaimanawa wall raises the question of whether we've overlooked entire civilizations, while the Blythe Intaglios and Padmanabhaswamy's Vault B remind us that even the Earth itself holds messages we may never fully understand. Some mysteries may one day be solved, their secrets uncovered by future discoveries. Others may remain locked away forever, their true meaning buried beneath time's endless passage. But the search for answers never ends. What do you think? Could these artifacts hold clues to lost knowledge, or are they simply misunderstood relics? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And if you're still hungry for the unknown, check out our other videos. You never know what secrets they might uncover next.